and welcome back to my channel. My name is Phonda, and if you're new here, welcome. So on today's video, we're gonna be making something that is cultural, delicious, and always makes me kind of like remember my grandmother back in the day. So it is Tshidzimba. Not quite sure what it's called in English, but I will put it in the video if I find the English word for it. So starting off, we're going to soak everything that we're going to use. So we're going to use groundnut, beans, sugar beans, and samp. So we're gonna soak those overnight, right? So after they've been soaked, and by the way, before you soak them, you're gonna give them like a rinse, like once or twice. You're gonna rinse them to make sure that you're removing all the dirt from it. And then after that, you are going to transfer everything into the pot. So all the soaked beans and samp and everything, right? So also the instructions are also on the screen. So even if I'm a little behind or a little forward, the instructions are on the screen. Yeah? So we're just transferring everything into the pot. Now make sure you also use like a big pot. Like I only saw after like I started cooking that yeah, it's gonna soak up a lot of the water. Like the beans and everything is gonna soak up a lot of the water. So make sure that the pot you're using is actually big. And then if you're just one person, I would maybe advise for you to like quarter or half this recipe if you're just one person, because trust me, all the ingredients that you're seeing here is gonna like take everything. So right there, what you saw me doing was adding water enough to cover all the mixed beans and samp, and now I'm just turning it. And I also added salt in here, and I'm using coarse salt, but you don't need to use coarse salt. You can use the normal table salt. And then we're just gonna cover it and allow it to simmer. So in this image, when I open the pot, I'm just showing you how it is when it's simmering in the beginning, right? And then as the video is going, you'll see like the consistency on the outside changing. So as you can see here, the beans and everything while cooking are changing the color of the even the samp, né? So I was just showing you like when we're halfway, and then I'm turning it so that it does not burn on the bottom. So just make sure that every 30 minutes to an hour that you're checking your Tshidzimba, you are actually like turning it just once, but do not disturb it the whole entire time, right? And then you'll adjust the salt as you need. So you taste it like so. To at this point, you can taste the salt to make sure that it's good. If you find that it's good, then it's that's great. And then if it's not, you add a little bit more. So the salt is to taste, right? I'm just mixing everything once it is cooked. Remember, as I'm cooking this thing is took about like 6 hours for me, but that was because I was cooking on low so that it doesn't burn. Because when you cook it on high, it usually burns. Also, if you can cook it outside in like one of those big pots, you know, like the big pots that we use for funerals and stuff. Most of the time, it's cooked on that on a fire. It's much cheaper on you for electricity wise, or cook it on gas as well. I think it would be cheaper as well with like those big pots, and then you can store everything. So right there I had added in my crushed peanuts. So the crushed peanuts add their own flavor, né? But they also help thicken up the Tshidzimba so that when you put it in the fridge to set, it's like you know like pap, like when you allow pap to set after you have cooked it. It's basically that. So right here I was just adding a little bit more. So you're gonna add as much as you require. So for this you want it to set like pap, as I'm saying, right? Even when you're scooping out, it should not have liquid at the end of the day, like inside the little bowl or whatever container that you're gonna use to store your Tshidzimba. So just make sure that you add enough crushed peanuts. But don't worry, all of the measurements for everything I used is gonna be in the description box. So just check down below there, and then you're gonna find everything that you need when it comes to like the measurements that I used personally. So right there, I'm just transferring. I did eat it as is, but you are gonna store this, let it sit overnight, and then you're gonna eat it like the next day. So guys, that was the recipe. I do hope you guys did enjoy that, and I hope you'll try it out. If you do, tag me if you post it on social media. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, bye.